Everybody, today I'll be counting down. I'll be counting down my top 10 bucket list amusement parks in North America. Okay, so basically, I'm not gonna be counting any amusement parks that I've been to or like that I want to go back to. Basically, this is just strictly parks that I have not been to, and I'm not including parks that I've been to but not ridden most of the rides, like Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I went in there, but like I only rode two of like their like 7 or 8 roller coasters. So like I'm not including that, but just like strictly music parks like I have not been to or not stepped foot in before. Okay, so let's just get straight into this video. Let's just start with the honorable mentions like usual. With these countdowns, basically SeaWorld Orlando. Oh yeah, this is in no certain order either. SeaWorld Orlando, it has really good a top 3 B&M collection. They just need a couple more roller coasters, I think, like good roller coasters. Maybe get like maybe a B&M wing coaster, like some type of Intamin launch, maybe. And then they would be a bucket list park for me, but in their current status they are not, but they are close. So another thing is Six Flags Over Texas. I didn't spell flags right, my bad. But basically this is a good park. They got a pretty good top 3. You know, Tiny Texas Giant, Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast. That's a pretty good top 3, but you know, after that's really not that good. They only got like really Batman a Ride that's really like out there. Possibly a top coaster, but like really they got nothing after that. So that's the reason why they're not in the top 10. Like they got the Joker, but it's not. I don't think it's nothing good. Basically they got the Joker though, but if they get something like big, maybe a new bigger roller coaster, maybe like some type of launch or like I don't know if they will do the new RMC single rail because well they did do 2 free flies in the same state, but maybe this needs some type of new roller coaster and then there will be a bucket list park. Okay, let's move on to Six Flags New England. Basically just the reason it didn't really get onto the next list, get onto the top 10 list is like they have a good top 2, but they don't really have that third coaster. They just really need that third coaster. Maybe to give them a RMC Topper Track coaster, like or the single rail, and they will be on here. And Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. I just put this park on this list on honorable mention just because like I haven't been to a Universal park. I would like to experience one. I know their coaster collection isn't that much to shout about, but you know I haven't really been to a Universal park. I've been to like theme parks, kind of like Busch Gardens and like Disneyland over in California. But you know, I just really want to experience the Universal like charm and stuff. So I just put this on honorable mentions. It probably wouldn't be in the top 10, even if it got like 1 or 2 new roller coasters. It's collection is not that impressive at all. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. Now let's start with number 10. Number 10, I'm starting out with Busch Gardens Tampa. Now my version of the top 3. Oh yeah, I'm putting the top 3 of each park. My version of the top 3 is gonna be pretty controversial. I have SheiKra at number 1, Cheetah Hunt at 2, and Montu at 3. I've never ridden of any of those roller coasters, so those just what I based off of other roller coasters I've ridden and watching their POVs and other people's reviews and stuff. So yeah, this looks like a good park. I've been to its sister park, Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It has some good charm, good roller coasters. Even though I do think Busch Gardens Williamsburg coaster collection is superior, I do think this is a top 10 bucket list park for me in North America. It looks very good, and I think it'll deliver. Okay, this is going to number 9. Number 9 is Silver Dollar City. Now, basically, this park is on this list just because they're getting a new roller coaster for this year, and this is none other than Time Traveler, their new Mack Ride spinning launch roller coaster. I will be trying to visit this park next year. So yeah, basically their top 3 is Outlaw Run number 1, Time Traveler number 2, and Powder Keg number 3. Like I said before, I've not ridden any of those roller coasters, but just judging on POVs, other people and stuff, those do like the top 3 roller coasters at the park. I also could see Wildfire, there being a Florida's coaster, being in the top 3 also. And you know, this was like a good charmful park. So yeah, let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is Holiday World. Now this park has like a really good top 4. But I'm just gonna include it in the top 3. Basically number 1 is Voyage. It looks like a really good wooden roller coaster, possibly on number 1. If I would ride it right now, it might be my number 1 wooden roller coaster, maybe the number 1 in the world, according to Canada Coaster Fan. Hopefully it surprises me. I do want this to be a really good roller coaster. but you know, it really could not be. And you know, they also got a really good steel coaster called Thunderbird, which is like a launch wing coaster, really unique ride. And I think it's number 2 in the park. I've not ridden any of those roller coasters, just as from judging, you know, POVs and other people and stuff. And then number 3 could be either Legend or Raven. I just put Legend on here because like the stats are like better, and you know, like it looks like it has a better drop. But you know, it could be either one of those 2 roller coasters. Okay, so let's get on to number 7. Now, number 7 is Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This is a really good park. I really think it's really been improved like a lot over the past couple years. Like they got an RMC, like basically in the last 5 years they got like an RMC, to Rattler, the old wood coaster. They got Batman the Ride, a new 40 Free Fly. They got a water coaster, and now they're getting Wonder Woman Golden Lasso for next year. And you know, they also had some really good roller coasters that back that up, like Superman Krypton coaster, Poltergeist. Let me think. I think they have like a Pandemonium too, but like that's the only thing I can top of my head. Yeah, so I really think Iron Rattler's probably the number 1. That Wonder Woman would probably be number 2, and a Superman Krypton coaster would probably that back number 3 up. Sure, let's move on. Six Flags Fiesta Texas look a good park. It looks like probably the most charming Six Flags park and most like themed Six Flags park. So yeah, I really want to experience that park. So number 6 is probably gonna be Hershey Park. Basically, I really wanted this business park just because of Skyrush. Basically, people say this is like a miniature I-305. Some people say it's a lot better than I-305. This is my opinions on it. If it's anything like half as good as I-305, I think it'll probably be in my top 10 list. If I didn't ride any roller coaster, just Skyrush, even if it's just half as good as I-305, it'll probably be in my top 10 list. And if it's basically my thoughts on it, I think it'll probably be just as good as I-305, because you know, it has a good drop. But even though it's like it's not gonna be as good as I-305, basically this thing has like wing seating, which is cool. It's like adds onto the charm. I mean, not charm, but like coolness of the ride. And it has lap bars, which that'll be really cool. And you know, it seems to have like a better like twister layout, and it has like a Stingo dive, which would be really cool. So I basically think it'll be like just as good. Maybe I-305 would be a little bit better than Skyrush. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And then it also has some pretty backed up roller coasters like Storm Runner and Fahrenheit. Those are the 2 and 3s at the park. Also, they have like Great Bear, and then Super Duper Looper, Laugh Track. All really good roller coasters, which I think Hershey Park will be. I mean, it shoots to number 6. All right, so let's get on to number 5. Number 5 here is Dollywood. Now this looks like a really good park. It is fairly close to me. It's like 4 hour, 30-minute drive from my house. Yeah, so it's kind of like in my like home park. Like I guess, like I have like a couple home parks. Like basically within like a 5-hour distance is like Karen was like an hour from my house. Then you got like Dollywood is 4 hour 30 minutes, as well as King's Dominion. Then you got Busch Gardens Williamsburg, which is like 4 hour 45 minutes. And you got Six Flags Over Georgia, which is like 4 hour 50 minutes. So yeah, all those parks with like a 5-hour radius of me, which is pretty cool. So let's just get back to Dollywood. Basically they have Lightning Rod, which looks like a really good roller coaster, possibly my number 1 if I rode it. Basically the only downside of that ride is because it's like enclosed in trees. If this was put in the middle of the park, I could well see this being number 1. But yeah, let's have like some really good backing up roller coasters like Wild Eagle. Some people say it's not that good and it's kind of forceless, but you know, what can you expect from a wing coaster? I've ridden Gatekeeper. It was pretty forceless, but it has kind of like saving elements. But Wild Eagle doesn't really have that much saving elements to it, because some people say it was like supposed to be like a hyper coaster or something. No. It was supposed to be like a floorless coaster, but they switched it at the last minute. So yeah, and they also have Thunderhead, which is like a really good number 3. It's a GCI. I've ridden one like it, Mystic Timbers, which it should deliver. And Dolly looks like to be a very good park. They have like good food, I heard. And they have like some good theming, and I really hope to visit this park one day. Hopefully I will next year. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is Six Flags Great America. Now this park has like really good diversity in my opinion. I really don't think they have like that like standout one roller coaster, and I really like that. It's kind of like Kings Island, I guess, but Kings Island kind of did have a standout roller coaster with Diamondback. But yeah, all these the three on that list right here are like pretty close in my opinion. So yeah, I think Goliath is probably the best. Then second is Raging Bull. Then third is like X-Flight, but X-Flight looks like one of the weaker B&M flying coasters, so I could maybe see like Batman or Ride taking that spot. Maybe something like that, because they do have like a really big diversity, so I can see really any roller coaster in that park taking it third. Okay, so let's move on to number 3. Number 3, in my opinion, is Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, this has like a really good like roller coaster, like top roller coasters, in my opinion. I think this is like a very elite park, in my opinion. Pretty much almost as elite as like Cedar Point and some other parks that are coming up. So yeah. I think the number 1 is probably gonna be El Toro. I don't know if it's gonna be overrated or not. Basically, some people say it's not it's good but not really good. Other people say it's like the world's best roller coaster. I haven't really heard that people like really like hate this roller coaster. It's basically like in the middle or like a really world class roller coaster. In my opinion, I actually like have an unpopular opinion with it. I basically think it's not meh, but it's not like gonna be my number 1. If I wrote it right now, it's probably gonna crack my top 10, but maybe not my top 3 or my number 1. I don't think so. But I know I got some like fans and people that I watch that really like this roller coaster. So I'm probably gonna take their word on it. But I really don't like the overhyped roller coasters, because that's really the worst experience. You know, you overhype a roller coaster, it doesn't deliver, and then you like really like hype for that roller coaster. That's like the worst experience you can have on a roller coaster. So yeah, I think this park has some really good roller coasters to back the number 1 up, like Nitro. That looks like a good B&M hyper coaster. Any B&M hyper coaster is a good roller coaster to have at a park. And then you got the world's tallest roller coaster. Used to be the fastest, King of Kong. Looking to be the 3rd best roller coaster at the park. Then you got like Superman, and then you got like a Batman Ride clone. So yeah, this is really good roller coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure. So let's get on to number 2. Now, number 2 might be very surprising for some people, but I put number 2 as Canada's Wonderland. Basically, this is really the only like big Cedar Fair park that I haven't been to before, and I really want to experience this. Basically, the top 3 look really good. It's the only Giga coaster in North America that I have not ridden. That's really the reason why I want to go to this park so bad, to ride a Leviathan, see if it's better or like just as good as Fury. And this roller coaster seems like really overhated, even though I haven't ridden it. But like, really, they seem like it's just like people just like now they're gonna just ride like it's some like tame little like kiddie coaster. But it's a Giga coaster, people. It's gonna be excellent no matter what elements and what it has on it. Like, come on. Like, I know I haven't ridden it, but that's just my views on it. Like, come on. And then they also have like Behemoth, which is it looks like a really good B&M hyper coaster. Probably gonna be the best one in the world, or like in North America. I could see Shambhala, or however you say it, being better, but this is probably gonna be better than Intimidator and Diamondback, but I'm not sure. And then, an unpopular opinion about number 3 is Flight Deck. I could also see Mighty Canadian Mindbuster being number 3. But, Flight Deck, the SOC seem like kind of underrated, in my opinion. Just like the Flying Dutchmans are underrated. Flying Dutchmans are good rides. They're intense flying coasters. Even though I haven't been on any other type of flying coasters, I waited for Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Over Georgia, but it broke down as soon as I almost was in the station, which was kind of junk. So yeah, I really think Flight Deck's gonna be underrated. It looks like a good invert. Probably being inverters are probably gonna be better, but Flight Deck, it looks very underrated. The SOCs are probably kind of underrated, even though I haven't ridden any, and even though the kiddie SOCs are trash. But I really think Flight Deck's really underrated, and if not, maybe the Bat or like Vortex could be the number 3. I'm not sure, but this part looks really good, and it has some really good depth and some really good flat rides too. Just overall like a really good park. Now this in my opinion is probably gonna be the second best Cedar Fair park, beating out like Carowinds, Kings Dominion. But I don't think it'll be as good as Cedar Point. But hopefully I'm surprised. Okay, now let's move on to the number 1. It's probably pretty obvious what it is by now, but it is none other than Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now this was like a really good Six Flags park. Now, I kind of had a chance to go to this park back in 2015, but I wasn't really a roller coaster enthusiast like at all. I was like kind of scared of roller coasters, but like I got over my fears kind of like at Knott's Berry Farm. Like I wasn't scared, but like I wasn't like really into roller coasters. I went to Knott's Berry Farm, and then basically I went to Knott's Berry Farm like Disneyland. I was there, but basically we went to this like fair. I don't even know why I wanted to go so bad, but like I kept on begging my mom to take us. So we went to this like fair and spent like $500. And I really wish we would have used that money to go to Six Flags Magic Mountain. But yes, in the past. But I really hope to go to this park one day. The coaster collection looks like oh man. Basically, they have the most roller coasters in there. The collection looks amazing. Probably the best in the world. Like, I don't know if the overall park would be better than Cedar Point, but the Cedar Point Magic Mountain are basically the top 2 parks in the world, in my opinion. Magic Mountain Coaster Collection looks like it's probably better than Cedar Point, even though they have a Giga coaster. That's the really only roller coaster they're missing is a Giga. If they get a Giga, no matter what type of Giga it is, Intamin, Wooden Giga, B&M Giga, doesn't matter what it is, even like a Togo Giga, they'll probably be better than Cedar Point. They just need that Giga coaster. They're really missing that gap. So basically, let's just get into the top 3. Twisted Colossus, I think, is probably gonna be number 1. Then followed by X2. And Tatsu, but really they don't really have a top 3 in my opinion. You know, if you name 3 coasters, that you could probably have to name some other ones. Like what I have pictured here is Superman Krypton coaster. No, Escape from Krypton. My bad. An Intamin like what do you? I don't even know what you call it, like a launch like shuttle loop or something like that. Like shuttle coaster. It's like the tallest coaster in the world. Like it was when it opened like 1997, but it's not a full circuit, so they didn't even count it as a coaster or something like that back then. See, they got other coasters like they got Green Lantern, First Flight, Riddler's Revenge, Batman Mirai clone, Goliath. They got really good roller coasters, right? Apocalypse. Yeah, the list can go on and on. They have 19 really good roller coasters. Ninja. Viper, just really good roller coasters in my opinion, and this is definitely the best. This is definitely the park that I'm most looking forward to. It was kind of close to Canada's Wonderland, but overall I just had to choose Magic Mountain. It's pretty the obvious choice if you haven't been there. I heard really good reviews, not really good reviews, well, mostly really good reviews, but some people don't like it that much. I really hope this is my number 1 park, because I really don't want my number 1 park to stay as my number 1 park forever. That's kind of boring in my opinion. But yeah, this park was really good. I'm probably gonna post a world version of this, but until then, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me just say the next videos you're probably gonna see on the channel is a POV. A new random 20 facts about roller coasters, and then probably another countdown, and maybe a review down the road. So you just expect those videos in the next couple of days. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and just leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe too. I'll see you guys next.